Richard Madeley left shaken up when visited in bed by a ghost with wife Judy.
Why Kate Middleton made daring decision to ditch handbag and avoid added fuss.
Elon Musk and Grimes' son, X AE A-Xii, makes a rare and adorable appearance during Dad's Zoom presentation.
Welcome, sit down and roll up your arm for a booster dose of Barely Contained, the online showbiz journalism podcast which may leave you feeling a little numb. I'm Matt Withers, and I'm joined, as ever, by Chris Beckett.
Hello, Matt. Jabs are good un.
Off the top of your cranium.
I know. Yeah, I'm on fire.
Right. Well, there's no point just having small talk, Chris. People are here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to hear some of the best celebrity journalism that's been online in the past 14 days. And I believe you're starting with a little reality TV show that's starting this weekend.
Yes, exactly. So we are going back, not to the jungle, but back to a castle in Wales. And one of the celebrities set to do battle is going to be Richard Madeley. Now, in the Express's online site by Holly Beale, we have the story Richard Madeley left shaken up when visited in bed by a ghost with wife Judy.
This sounds like it's going to be a good one.
Richard Madeley claimed he and wife Judy Finnegan were once visited by a ghost during a city break in Paris.
Wow.
Now, they've not specified whether they were on the city break, the ghost was on the city break, how this was all working.
Hold on. I think the ghost is here.
Oh, I've missed that sound effect. Richard Madeley, 65, has revealed he and Judy Finnegan, 73, were once visited by a ghost whilst they were in bed. Richard is currently gearing up to enter Withers Castle in North Wales for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
A creditable stab. Withers.
Oh, apologies to any North Walian listeners. The Good Morning Britain presenter said, I could see what I thought was Judy sitting with her back to me on her side of the bed, as if she was about to go to the loo or something. But she didn't move. I slid my hand across the bed to pat her on the back, but I couldn't get my hand across the bed because the real Judy was laying next to me.
Wow, we're getting a little insight here into the bedroom routine of Richard and Judy. There's a bit of back patting that goes on.
A little soothing.
You're doing a good job.
My hand. You're good sleeping, Judy. I couldn't move my hand across the mattress. And so there was a hunched figure sitting on the far side of the bed. And it was such a shock, I made a strange, inarticulate noise, he told the Mail online. For anyone who's not familiar with Richard Madeley and strange, inarticulate noises, they're pretty much his MO.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking in the week. I was looking at the stats for this podcast. So we know that we have an oddly large proportion of listeners in India, where Richard Madeley perhaps isn't the household figure that he is in the UK, Chris. How would you describe the Madeley oeuvre?
Well, I would say, on one hand, trying to be very much a kind of man of the people, quite professional, but on the other hand, slightly embarrassing. Like, a member of the family that you don't really want to kind of pipe up during dinner table conversation.
Yep. And yet, curiously, is allowed to host live television programs.
Yeah. Richard claimed the noise he made shocked the ghost, who stood up with ridiculous speed and shot across the room.
I've got to say, this is an unlikely tale.
He will be hitting screens from tomorrow in I'm a Celebrity, set once again at Withers Castle. Richard will be joined by the likes of journalist Louise Minchin, former Strictly judge Dame Arlene Phillips, comedian Matty Lee, and singer Frankie Bridge in the Welsh Castle.
You may have spotted an unusual one in there, Chris. Matty Lee is described foremost here as a comedian. I would say he's best known for his Olympic diving.
Is that who he is?
Yeah, he's Tom. Is it Tom Davis? Tom Daly.
Tom Daly, yeah.
He's his partner when they do the doubles diving.
Yeah, but you know how he's always sort of like slightly lampooning Daly.
Yeah, he just tells him a little quip in his ear.
Even though they're sort of doing it in synchro, he does it in a bit of a sarcastic, withering way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he is a comedian, but I would say that probably he was hired for the show on the strength of his Olympic prowess.
Well, you know, let's not prejudge. Ahead of entering the camp, Richard said, "I love watching I'm a Celebrity. Judy and I both adore the show. So interesting and funny. But when I watch it, and occasionally from time to time, I won't name any names, you see a, in quotes, celebrity who clearly doesn't want to be there, and they get themselves into a terrible state. They start wailing and moaning, and they're moaning about the hunger and moaning about that trial, and you go, well, what the F did you go in for? Surely you understand what this program was."
Yeah, I mean, hashtag spoiler alert, a lot of these people either have huge tax bills or are going through expensive divorces.
I mean, I would say, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of weeks down the line, we're commenting on a story involving Richard Madeley wailing and complaining about being hungry.
Yeah.
Talking about ghosts. The 65-year-old added, "I'm sure there'll be nobody there like that this time, but I can never understand celebrities who from the moment they arrive start complaining because it's meant to be a challenge." Despite hitting out at celebrities who've protested about taking part in challenges, Richard opened up about his greatest fear, which could be an issue. The veteran presenter revealed his biggest worry on the show will be any trial that involves heights, as it is one of his major phobias.
Oh.
The star also admitted he will miss his wife while competing on the show, revealing it will be the longest time the pair will have spent apart from each other. He said, "I'll miss her a huge amount. I spend every day of my life with her. I'm working with her or in the house, so I'm already feeling strangely kind of dislocated. She's my right arm and she's not there."
Oh, lovely stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really need to go on about it, but yeah, Richard Madeley and ghosts, everyone. And there's just one comment on this story, Matt.
Go on.
From Misty Mountain Hop, who says, "That was no ghost. That was the mist from Judy's pissed bed."
Yeah.
Which is remarkably unkind, and we shouldn't encourage that kind of thing.
No, less of that Misty Mountain Hop. We have no reason to believe that. I don't think we need to go into it, do we?
Yeah, exactly. There's no incontinence issue here. It's all about the the ghosts, the spooks, the spectres, and the ghouls. So, Matt, let's move away from that because it's a little bit scary. Is there anything a little bit more based in the non-spectral realm?
Yes, back in the real world, I've been looking at a story on the express.co.uk. It's by Dorothy Reddin, who I can only assume is about 86 years old. And it's headlined, "Why Kate Middleton Made Daring Decision to Ditch Handbag and Avoid Added Fuss."
Yeah, you don't want added fuss.
No. I mean, the last thing you need is added fuss. There's enough fuss going on at the moment. You don't want to add to it.
Mm.
Kate Middleton never used to be seen without a small clutch bag. Now, I assume this is a spelling mistake and it should be clutch bag.
Yes, I think that's almost certainly right.
Yeah, clutch, of course, being the Welsh word for cuddle. Did you know that, Chris?
I did, Matt, yes.
Okay.
One of my few Welsh words.
Kate Middleton never used to be seen without a small clutch bag. often clasped in front of her with both hands to show off her sapphire engagement ring.
Okay.
However, in recent weeks, Kate Middleton, 39, has been spotted on royal engagements without a bag in hand.
Hang on.
Yeah. No bag.
No bag. Bagless.
Last week, when the Duchess of Cambridge attended the Imperial War Museum in London to open 2 new galleries, she was without a handbag.
Out of respect.
Meanwhile, earlier this year, her signature clutch was notably absent when she walked the red carpet for both the James Bond premiere and Earthshot Prize. What on earth is going on? Out of respect. I mean, you know, it's spoiler alert again. He's dead. In case you haven't seen the new Bond film.
Oh, hang on. Come on.
In case you haven't seen the new Bond film, he's dead. He's carved it.
This is, you know, I mean, I think we're playing Russian roulette here with our small listenership.
If you've not seen the film yet, you're not going to. He snuffed it.
Blimey.
Yeah, I'm going all controversial this fortnight.
Wow.
Yep. Right.
Sorry, listeners.
Back on topic. Stylists have now revealed how the decision could be more than just a fashion choice, according to stylish Hannah Eichler. She told the Daily Mail, so this is the Express, just cutting and pasting from the Daily Mail. She told the Daily Mail, now that Kate has been a pivotal part of the royal family for over a decade, she no longer needs tricks to draw attention away from shaking hands, and instead is at ease with public speaking.
Yeah, she's kind of like the kind of the quarterback these days. You know, she just sort of sits in front. Occasionally plays an outstanding pass.
So she's not carrying a bag because she doesn't need tricks to draw attention away from shaking hands, which I've got to say makes no sense whatsoever to me. But
I mean, are they saying she's nervous shaking hands? Presumably that, rather than any other thing that might cause shaking hands.
I mean, I took it to mean that she's shaking hands with people, but no, perhaps it's her hands that are shaking.
What? So it's almost an excuse. So I can't shake your hands. Sorry, I'm holding a clutch bag.
I'd love to shake your hands, but I've got a bag.
I mean, I would do that, to be fair. I'm gonna look at clutch bags after this.
Yeah, I mean, well, she could just bump elbows. That's been a thing over the last 18 months, hasn't it?
Absolutely, or the old touch of toes, or touch of feet.
What? Have you been touching people? Have you been greeting people by touching their feet?
Like, you do sort of shoe on shoe contact.
Do you?
Yes, I'm sure that's a thing.
I don't know. According to Hannah,
my hands are shaking now.
Well, quite rightly. According to Hannah, Kate has become much more confident, and so using her hands to express how she's feeling allows the Duchess to connect more to people.
Oh, she's become, like kind of really European. She's talking with her hands.
Like an Italian.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Hannah also revealed Kate's choice of outfits may also impact whether or not she carries a bag.
I have never heard that idea expressed before.
Crazy. This is crazy talk. The trend for pockets has meant many women can now go hands-free without the need to carry a bag.
Wow. Pockets. When did that creep up on us?
I didn't know I was a trendsetter, but I'm pretty confident I had pockets in my trousers when I was at school. I've always had pockets.
Way ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Wow.
Curb.
Kate is often seen wearing coats with disguised pockets where presumably she can keep a limited number of possessions.
Yeah, I mean, that dates back to when they used to tax you on the amount of pockets that you had in your clothes. You had to have you had to get your tailor. Sometimes you bung your tailor a few quid and they'll put like a disguised pocket in there.
I love the conjecture as well. Presumably, she can keep a limited number of possessions. It's like, yeah,
a limited. Well, the thing is, a disguised pocket. You know, the first rule of disguised pockets is keep them small.
Yeah. You don't want to be walking around with a massive hardback in there. The celebrity stylist continued. Kate is also becoming more daring on the fashion front. And as any style expert knows, it's all about letting your look take centre stage.
Yeah, don't let that bloody handbag upstage you.
Of course, it's the look. It's not going to be the smell. Is it? You don't get a stylist and you say, I'm going to the James Bond premiere tonight and I really, really need to smell right.
For the record, Kate Middleton, I am sure, is very much minty fresh and delightfully scented, kind of, armpit wise.
Yeah, I would imagine so. She looks like a woman who showers on a daily basis. Take the Jenny Packham gown she wore to the Bond premiere. Any additional accessories would have detracted from her look and added fuss to an otherwise high maintenance look.
Yeah, it would have. I mean, that's clear to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of accessories that she might have on. A badge, maybe like a Cole Not Dole badge. Baseball cap.
Yeah, maybe some hankies. Given the massive spoiler you've given.
I'd love her to rock up to the premiere in a baseball cap, a Cole Not Dole badge, and a load of hankies. To be fair, that would have added fuss to an otherwise high maintenance look.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
In recent months, the Duchess stepped out without a handbag on multiple occasions. Weeks after returning to royal duty after a summer break in September, it's a very unusual time to have your summer break, but after her summer break in September, Kate arrived at the RAF Air Cadets Windermere Adventure Training Centre wearing a smart blazer and a pair of black jeans.
I mean, no diss to the Windermere Adventure Training Centre, but that only sounds, like a sort of stone's throw away from like a jungle gym.
Yeah, it does actually, yeah. The Royal finished the look with her £250 brown suede See by Chloe boots, which featured leather trim detailing on a round toe lace-up base. She decided not to carry a bag on the occasion.
Yeah.
She continued the trend when she stepped out for the James Bond premiere alongside Prince Charles, Camilla, and Prince William on September the 28th. Mother of three Kate dazzled at the event in a custom Jenny Packham embellished gown, which is usually priced at £2,800.
Bloody hell.
I know.
Mean, that's why I only go from the Chris Packham range.
Yeah, which curiously are all real fur.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it.
No, honestly. And elephant skin. He's big on his elephant skin.
It's just all ivory.
Featuring cape sleeve detailing and structured shoulders, she teamed her dress with bespoke £290 Onitar earrings, which were made in Pakistan by the South Asian luxury couture label. Excessive detail.
Great detail.
Excessive detail. While Camilla carried a small silver clutch, the Duchess of Cambridge opted to go without. Weeks later, as she attended the Earthshot Prize Awards, she also chose not to carry a handbag.
This is becoming a trend.
It's also not just on the red carpet where Kate has ditched her handbags. When visiting University College London in October, she recycled an old Zara Handstooth dress, but avoided carrying a bag. Meanwhile, it was a similar story at the Royal Botanic Gardens Kew in South London when she joined Prince William to take part in a Generation Earthshot event. And that's the end of that story. Just one comment. It's from Pete D. Cab. And Pete said there were just so many to choose from, and the lackey whose job it was, he got the sack, had sneaked off for a crafty smoke. And I don't know, if that's conjecture, a little bit of inside information.
That sounds very much like conjecture.
Yeah.
Peaked in cab.
Yeah. I mean, it seems unlikely that the person whose job it is to choose Kate's bag got the sack for going for a cigarette. But then why would you make it up? Why would you make it up?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who are we to judge?
Finally, Chris, I believe you've got a story from the Mail Online and space botherer Elon Musk.
Yeah, and I don't believe we've talked about him before. This is by Ashley Gray for dailymail.com. Elon Musk and Grimes' son, X A-Xii, makes a rare and adorable appearance during Dad's Zoom presentation.
Wow, is that the correct pronunciation then?
I did. I looked it up. Yeah. So apparently it's X A-Xii.
Okay.
And A12 is apparently Elon's contribution to the name.
So looking at it, it looks like X AE A-Xii, which would be a ridiculous name, but X A12, I mean, that's relatively normal, isn't it?
Yeah, the interesting thing though is this: if you type in X AE A-Xii on Mortal Kombat, you can do the finishing move.
Oh, one for the teenagers.
It's rare that we get to see him on daddy duty, but on Wednesday, 50-year-old Elon Musk couldn't help but wear a proud smile on his face as he held his music artist Grimes' son, X A-Xii, in his lap. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? In a rare and adorable appearance, the happy one-year-old blabbered during his multi-billionaire dad's virtual business presentation.
A very similar style of presenting to Richard Madeley.
Yeah, absolutely. Musk looked professional in a button-up white shirt and dark grey blazer. His dark hair was brushed back, and he sat at a desk in an office space.
Yeah, essentially, it's a man in a suit in an office.
Great description. Musk was on the conference call to share an update on his reusable spacecraft Starship while speaking at the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering and Medicine. As someone on the call attempted to correct the audio of an introductory video, the blonde toddler entertained with indistinct chatter and expressive faces.
Again, classic Madeley.
Eventually, someone entered the room and took the tot away so his busy dad could get back to work.
Good use of tot. It's a very 80s tabloid term, isn't it? Tot.
We've called him baby too many times. Elon and Grimes welcomed X in May 2020, making headlines for giving the baby an unusual name. When the baby was still a newborn, the Tesla CEO told the New York Times about his minimal role. Babies are just eating and pooping machines, you know? Right now, there's not much I can do. I mean, is Elon talking about his minimal role or the baby's minimal role?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's not clear.
He's putting a lot of pressure on the young nipper to play an active part in the in the stewardship of Tesla. He continued, Grimes has a much bigger role than me right now. When the kid gets older, there will be more of a role for me.
Got a very transactional approach to fatherhood.
Yeah, it's funny that. You wouldn't have thought it.
Yeah, he looks like a man with a lot of love to give, but apparently not.
Before becoming father to X, Musk already had 6 other children from previous relationships. The UPenn graduate and the music producer ended their romantic relationship in September after a 3-year run.
Again, unusual phraseology, isn't it? Like theatre shows have runs. Would you refer to a relationship as having a 3-year run?
Yeah, it wasn't like they were just on stage for the entire length of their relationship. The two remain amicable as they co-parent their son. We are semi-separated, but still love each other, see each other frequently, and are on great terms, the entrepreneur said in a statement. It's mostly that my work at SpaceX and Tesla requires me to be primarily in Texas or traveling overseas, and her work is primarily in LA. She's staying with me now, and baby X is in the adjacent room, he remarked about the status of their relationship.
Baby X cannot be named for legal reasons.
Baby X.
Yeah.
And that is actually it.
That's what Xmas celebrates. It's the birth of Baby X.
Yeah, very much so. And there are a lot of comments on this one. Very much, the mail online does tend to get the most in the way of comments. Let's have a look at some of those. One is Tucker77, who just says, cute child.
Yep. We've got Lily James in West London, who says, kids are the future and should be included in our everyday lives. There's a massive taboo still in many Western countries about having kids in a career. This is a beautiful moment with the most successful businessman in the world. You can have it all.
Oh, that's quite heartwarming.
And
Bobby Ball, 75. Not that one, I would suggest. Is it pronounced as S-E-X-Y, sexy? How inappropriate. It's not, Bobby. No.
And JW81 in Glasgow, and I have literally no idea what this means, says, thought it was around Schwarzenegger. No idea.
I mean, I'm presuming that was that's an autocorrect saying that Musk looks like Arnie.
But he doesn't.
No, well, he doesn't, obviously. But Bob Bobbins says, Elon reminds me of my ex, looks-wise, minus 20 years. Disturbing.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, on that bombshell, we maybe have to love you and leave you this week.
We will, Chris. But in the interregnum between now and episode 52, how might the listeners engage with us in the social sphere?
Well, they can look us up on Twitter at barely_pod, or they can visit us on Facebook, which is Barely Contain the Podcast, which features a bit more in the way of extra clips, bloopers, the kind of added content that you would expect.
Yes, indeed. And please do like and subscribe and review on whatever platform you're currently listening to us on, be that Apple or Google or Amazon or Spotify. 5 stars, please. And then just tell your friends, tell your colleagues, just get the word out there about Barely Contained.
Yeah. And if you're Chris Packham, we were only joking. Just just in case.
Yeah, keep up the good work, Chris. Keep fighting the good fight.
Okay. Well, we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.